Hello, class, receiving students and teachers. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Okay, recapping on our previous lesson. What did we look at? Isaac.
Chain of life.
Chain of life. Very good. That was our topic. What did we actually look at, Momoru?
Food chain.
Food chain. Good. We're looking at the food chain on where? Okay, very good. We're looking at food chain on the land, and we did some activities there. Now, we will have Jubilee and Michael to go through the explanation of their food chain, what they came up with. Receiving students, I hope your food chains are all displayed up on your classrooms.
This is a food chain. The first stage is the producer, which is the grass. Then the primary consumer comes and eats the grass, which is the grasshopper. Then there's the secondary consumer that eats the grasshopper, which is the chicken. Then the tertiary consumer eats the chicken, which is the human. And the energy is passed on from the grass to the grasshopper, to the chicken, and lastly to the human. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much. Julie, can I have the food chain? Okay, very good. Your food chain should look somewhat like this, receiving students and class. You should start with the producer right at the bottom there. So you should have your producer at the bottom, and then your first consumer, followed by your second consumer and your third consumer or primary consumer. In this case, it's the grasshopper, and then the secondary consumer, which is the chicken, and the tertiary consumer or consumer, which is the human, right at the top. Okay, so that is the food chain there. You would have done your food chain up in this way. And you can see the orange ropes in the middle are representing the flow of energy from one living thing to another. So from the grass and the orange rope in the middle, from there up to the second consumer and so on, right to the top. Very good. Thank you very much. Our today's lesson topic is Chain of Life 2. This time we are going to be looking at the flow of energy found in the sea. Our last lesson we looked at on the land. This lesson we will be looking at the flow of energy in the sea. So we will be looking at food chains in the sea. Right. Receiving students, you may also tell your teacher and class. First of all, I would like you to give me some of the names of animals in the sea, or animals in the water, or animals in the swamp. Mainly animals in the water. Water animals. Okay, we will have Cooper, Joshua. Cooper, Joshua.
Fish.
Once again. Cooper.
Mackerel. Mackerel
Fish.
fish.
Okay, fish. Oh, it says mackerel. Joshua.
Shark.
Shark. Again, Joshua.
Shark.
Shark. Wind.
Turtle.
Again.
Turtle.
Turtle. Leyland.
Stonefish.
Stonefish. Madeline.
Whale.
Again.
Whale. Whale.
Whale. Whale. Okay, whale. Right, good. These are most of the animals that are found in the water, or some of the animals rather. How about the plants which are found in the water? The plants which are found in the water. We'll have Agnes, Ruthie, Tara, and Michaeline. Go.
Seaweed. Seaweed.
Seaweed. Right, seaweed.
Coral. Coral.
Coral. Good. Coral is an animal. But we'll put it here. Okay, coral is part of an animal found in the sea. Okay, good. Coral, seaweed, plants. Tara.
Sea cucumber.
Sea cucumber is also another animal, but it sounds like a plant. Sea cucumber. Okay. Anyway, sea cucumber is an animal. Very good. What's one of the plants that is found in the water? Not only sea, but water. Whether it be in the swamp, whether it be near your riverside, whether it be... Very good. Okay, let's see. Who hasn't had their 10 yet? Okay, we'll have Evelyn.
Water lily.
Water lily. Thank you. Water lily. Water lily. And last one. Jubilee.
Mangrove.
Mangrove. Good. Found at the side of the mangrove found at the side of this sea. Very good. We have all these animals here. Now, looking back at all the animals there, looking back at all the animals that we have already come up on the list there, we can make up a food chain on it, right? we can make up food chain from all these animals, just like the ones that we did with the animals on the land. Now, referring back to the last ones that you saw, which the energy in the sea, we could make up a food chain to go along with the food pyramid. And our examples here, we will do that with one of our activities. Now I would like you to watch this piece of insect and work out the food chain taking place in the water. So you watch this little cartoon, and then we'll see a food chain taking place in the water according to the small cartoon. Okay, that was an example, a little bit of cartoon showing an activity taking place under the water. Now, what did you see in there? What? A food chain occurring in the water, right? Okay, that was an example of a food chain occurring in the water. From there, we can come up with a food chain that occurred in there. Now, what would be one of the examples? Can somebody help me here? Recent students, you may also tell your teacher. Class, we will have somebody to come on the board and write up that food chain that they saw on that little cartoon. We will have Shannon. Very good. Thank you very much. Very good. We will start off. There was the seaweed. It's the starting point. And the next part, who is going to help Shannon? Okay, Ruthie, come help Shannon with the second bit that you saw. Prawns, followed by what else? Kupa. Small fish and Isaac. Thank you very much. This is what the model class have come up with, receiving students. Are they in a food chain? No. Is everything correct up there? Yes. Okay, what is wrong with this one here? I wanted a food chain. You must draw up a food chain. Okay, good. We will have seaweed. Did we see the seaweed in there? Yes, we did. Prawns? Yes. Prawns? Prawns? Prawns. What those orange things, prawns? Look like prawns, look like seahorse. They were small, microscopic animals. They were not prawns, they were not seahorse. They were small, microscopic animals. So we will put small, microscopic animal. Good. Now we have the list there. We had seaweed, the small microscopic animals, small fish, and big fish. Michael is going to draw up a food chain now using all these animals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 animals. Is this one for you? Arrow. Small at the top, fish at the bottom. Thank you very much, Michael. Okay, thank you very much. Now we have the seaweed, then we have small microscopic animals, which ate the seaweed or those small plants in the sea, and this was then eaten by the small fish, and then the small fish was then eaten by the big fish. Now, as you can see, those red arrows there, over here, and here indicates what does this indicate, those red arrows? They indicate the Jubilee. What is it?
Energy. Energy.
Energy, or Kalen, we can say energy, which is correct, very true.
Energy passing from one to another.
Energy passing from one animal to another. Very good. One animal to another. Energy passing from one animal to another. Receiving students, I hope you answered that correctly as well. Very good. Now, we are going to go into our activity. For our activity, this is what we are going to do. You draw up a food chain from the following list of living things found in the water environment. Okay, so you are going to be drawing up a food chain just like what we did on right after the cartoon and the one that Michael put up. Something similar to that. Now you are going to draw up that food chain, an example of that food chain that we have. Okay, before we get into our activity, you all know what to do? Okay, right. I will start again. In our activity, you are going to draw up a food chain from the following list of living things in a water environment. Now, receiving students and class, you will be doing this activity together. We are going to do this together. So, you have to write fast. Receiving students, if you can beat the model class. First one, small fish, plants and algae, and big fish. Now, put that into a food chain quickly in your books. Discuss quickly in your groups and see if you can put those three living things into a food chain, like so. All right, we got the first one down. Evelyn is going to write up the first one. That's small fish, plants and algae, and big fish. Right. Receiving students, I guess we are faster than the model class. Now let's look at the other one. The other one we have microscopic water plants, water bugs, and frogs. Microscopic water plants, water bugs, and frogs. Put that into a food chain. We will have a column to write up the food chain on that, on the board. Very good. That's the third one on the water food chain. Now the next one, mosquito wrigglers, snakes, water plants, frogs, sorry. Mosquito wrigglers, snakes, water plants, and frogs. Mosquito wrigglers are those tiny bit of larvae from the mosquito that wiggles in the water. You know those ones? Okay. Those ones. By now, you should be working fast. Receiving students, I hope you are as fast as Isaac, who is going to do the next one. Very good. Now the last one, everyone together. Small fish, human, seaweed or algae, shark, and big fish. Hopefully you can put that into a food chain. Algae is the green plant-like substances which are found in the water. Hopefully you can put that into the water food chain. Very good. I hope you're as fast as Michaeline. Now Michaeline is going to get that last bit of food chain down, water food chain, down on the board. Thank you very much. The first one that we did has already been done there. These are all examples of food chain found in the water food chain. Okay, so we have plants and algae comes together. Plant and algae both are plants eaten by small fish and big fish. That is correct. Microscopic water plant, water bugs and frogs, correct. Okay, that is okay. Water plants, mosquito wigglers, frog, and snake is correct. And finally, the one at the bottom, seaweed or algae, small fish, it's that the energy is transferred to the small fish, and the big fish, it's the small fish, and the energy is transferred there. The shark, it's the big fish, and last of all, the human, it's the shark, which is correct. Very good. Our summary for today, we have 2 points. The sun is the source of energy, and plankton is based of water food chains. What do you think our key phrase for today is? Class? Our key phrase for today, very good, is water food chain. Our next lesson topic will be on Web of Life 1. And the materials needed for that will be pictures of plants and animals. With that, thank you very much, class, receiving students and teachers. Have a nice day.